Okay. Hello, Shiplake family. Very nice to see you this Thursday. I hope you're all keeping safe and I hope you're all wearing masks. Okay, that's really important that we do that. I'm here to talk to you today about Dyslexia Awareness Week and how important it is to recognise neurodiversity in all the community at Shiplake and everywhere, really. And what I mean by neurodiversity is how different people learn in different ways. So we can all respect that people process information in different ways, which is an aspect of dyslexia, which I'm sharing with you today. So I've got on my screen here a Dyslexia Powerpoint that I'm just going to share with you. So I will go through that right now. So yes, here I go. So it's really important to see that there are so many different learning differences that are neurodiverse. So we've got learning differences such as dyslexia, ADHD, dyspraxia, and there are all so many pros to having those differences. So dyslexic individuals, for example, are really creative, and pupils who have ADHD, for example, are able to focus well on things that really interest them, which makes their learning very authentic. And dyspraxic individuals have quite good like verbal skills, so that's very good. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to you a bit about dyslexia, more importantly, because this is Dyslexia Awareness Week. So dyslexia is a learning difficulty that alters the way the brain processes the written word. So it's characterized by difficulty spelling, decoding words, and recognizing words, letters from the alphabet. So as such, individuals with dyslexia have difficulty with reading comprehension, which is an aspect of dyslexia. But it's really important to realise and understand that dyslexia is not actually linked to intelligence. It's actually a condition, it's a very common condition that dyslexics tend to be very intelligent, actually. And I mean, 10 to 20% of people in the UK have some degree of it, so it is very common. And there's a lot of creative skills that people with dyslexia do have. So it's important to recognise the good things about dyslexia, that very creative and intelligent people. So it's not just about delayed reading development. So there's a bit of a wider impact for dyslexia. So there can be delays in the development of language. So there might be mispronunciation of words, difficulties getting words out, is a common feature. People with dyslexia tend to be delayed in developmental milestones, so they might be a bit later crawling, walking, and talking later than their peers. Hand-eye coordination, so some aspects of PE might be a bit challenging, but that can be developed over time. And concentration, so due to potentially slow language processing, it can be quite difficult for individuals with dyslexia to have concentration for a long period of time, because it can start to get tired after a while, because there's a lot of information to process when teachers are talking. And sequencing can be a challenge as well, so sequencing events in order, or information in order. So yes, it's important to work on those sequencing skills as well. So key facts, a few key facts for you. So around 3 children in every class are dyslexic. So that brings to light that it is quite common to have dyslexia as well. So and 10% of the population are dyslexic as well. So that's quite it's quite a large number of people. So so yes, very common. 75% of people with dyslexia have above average skills in planning, making, and game playing. Again, using those creative and imaginative skills, which are really positive, to benefit their work and other people as well. And the above average communication skills, so 71% of dyslexics have above average communication skills, and that affects our ability to give very good explanations to others and creating very imaginative stories and pictures as well. So art and music can be really favourable subjects for pupils with dyslexia. Okay, so I've been sending around an email to you. I sent an email around to everybody yesterday, just some fun facts about dyslexia. And there are quite a lot of famous people who are dyslexic. For example, Jamie Oliver, Keira Knightley, Richard Branson, Orlando Bloom. I put up some posters in Learning Development, actually, of some quotes from those. Gwen Stefani as well, if anyone's into rock music like I am. Okay, so Jamie Oliver's quite public about his dyslexia. So he's managed to generate quite a lot of money through his cookbooks that he's released. But although he's not really a fan of reading because of his dyslexia, he's hugely famous, and he's written a lot of cookbooks as well himself with others. As well, as I've just gone over, so dyslexia is very common, and yes, as I've said previously, so many dyslexic individuals are very bright and creative, and they've accomplished some really amazing things. I mean, Richard Branson is, you know, the head of a huge empire of Virgin, so he's been able to do a lot of things for his own company. That's good. Okay, and also this is really interesting. So dyslexia also co-occurs with other learning disorders. So it co-occurs with ADHD. So somebody might have dyslexia and ADHD, or dyslexia and dyscalculia, which is a lot of maths difficulties. Dysgraphia and dyspraxia as well. So there's a lot of what we call comorbidities with dyslexia. So it's important to also consider how they can impact dyslexics as well. And well, I'll send this around a bit later, but there are actually quite a few varieties, different types, subtypes of dyslexia that it's claimed to be in the literature. So phonological dyslexia and surface dyslexia are the most common subtypes, which involve difficulty breaking down individual sounds of language for phonological dyslexia, and difficulty blending those sounds to read a word. Okay. And surface dyslexia features like difficulty reading words which don't allow for general rules of pronunciation. So words like yacht, night, like my name is Miss Knight, so it might be quite common for a pupil with dyslexia to mispronounce my surname, which is fine. And chalk, so those words might be pronounced as yacht, knight, and chalk. So those are quite common symptoms as well. So, and finally, another subtype I just wanted to touch on is the speed or rapid naming deficit dyslexia. So difficulty reading letters and numbers quickly. It's just a bit less automatic for some pupils, and recognizing and seeing letters of the alphabet can often take a bit of time to process. But there are some really great strategies that can be used with these pupils. So really creative methods such as like playing music, so learning through music, learning through a lot of visual and graphic resources, so lots of pictures to really reinforce particular topics. I tend to like using music in my teaching to reinforce particular things in English, like I'm doing persuasive writing at the moment. So what I'm going to do later today with my Year 11 class is to do some songwriting, picking out words to do with persuasive writing. So having lessons where you can play music to reinforce concepts is really quite good fun for pupils, for most pupils. So, and that's really all I have to present to you about Dyslexia Awareness Week this morning. I hope you all have a lovely day and wear your masks around school. It's really good to see some pupils wearing them, but just make sure that you are all wearing your masks. And I hope that everyone stays safe and has a lovely day. And that's goodbye from Miss Knight. Bye-bye.